snap is back to hold us down.
And it's good. Gulfport wins. Gulfport wins the title.
No time on the clock. The Golden Egg is coming to the coast.
Welcome to the HD Experience, your source for sports on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Here's your host, Hunter Dawkins.
Good morning. My name is Hunter Dawkins. I am the host of the award-winning podcast, The HD Experience. We're here with our 52nd annual episode, at least you could say it annual now, 52nd annual episode, and we are here at the Rusty Pelican Restaurant in Long Beach, and we are celebrating the 9th annual Oyster Bowl. That's the game, obviously the high school game, and as I know Jeff's going to correct me, the Gazebo Gazette Oyster Bowl.
Exactly.
The Pasquishan versus Long Beach high school football game. It's always been for the last 9 years. It's been the first game of the year, and we look forward to having quite a number of good guests here with us, Jeff, today.
And I don't know anything about 52nd, like this is our 1 year anniversary. And what a better way to do this than here with kicking off the Gazebo Gazette Oyster Bowl week. We're recording at the Rusty Pelican here in Long Beach. Long Beach will be hosting this year. Expectations are high. I mean, this is the most Friday Night Lights TV show moment of my life, like the breakfast before the big football game. So,
well, and as we'll hear from both city aldermen, they made a bet. It was a big time bet on the game, at least this year. Jerseys, being produced, everything else we got going into this game. So just like Jeff said, there's a lot of big, ammunition going for this game, being the first game of the year for both of these high schools. And I look forward to it, Jeff.
And Coach Jeff said this before, like, what a way to kick off your season with a heated rivalry, right?
That's right.
Like, I mean, it's just time. It's go time. It'll do it. If we were doing a prediction show, I'd give you my predictions, but it should be a great game, and I hope both teams do well.
We'll talk towards the end of the show
Go
about
Pirates.
bad stats. Bad stats made a prediction at the end of the show. We'll discuss it too, but let's go ahead and read our sponsors, Jeff.
Give them to me.
And in the sponsoring the show, we have the Gazebo Gazette, the Harrison County Independent newspaper. We have the Beau Rivage Resort and Casino in Biloxi. We have Nine Toes Brewing Company in Pasquishan, who has live music every weekend. And I know Jeff loves to go there. O'Dwyer Realty Agent Stephanie Mankiewicz, Joseph Kelly, attorney at law, the Insurance Barn in Gulfport, Cooking for Heroes block party on Saturday, September the 12th, right here at Nine Toes Brewing Company in Pasquishan. The Pass Ice Cream Palace, which we had a great time yesterday.
Great
at least
show.
We have the podcast there, the Mudcat Report. But we're always in the U.S. Marine Inc. studio here in Gulfport. I'm here with the wonderful producer of the show, my good friend, Jeff Clark. Jeff's a well-accomplished award-winning journalist, South Alabama beat writer, which you're going to be getting to that pretty soon too, Jeff. And he is the director of the Harrison County Senior Services. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for the introduction. Happy to have done this with you for a year now. But this place is popping, so let's get to our first commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Looking for insurance coverage you can count on? Call the Insurance Barn, a professional agency since 1959. The Insurance Barn writes all-in-one policies and offers coverage for homeowners, fire, flood, commercial property, auto, boats, motorcycles, plus wind and hail protection.
Mark your calendars for Saturday, September 12th, and head to Nine Toes Brewing Company in Pass Christian for the Hook 'em for Heroes block party. It's a free event from 1 to 10 p.m. featuring live performances by J.J. Gray and Mofro, Mark Broussard, Cedric Burnside, Honey Island Swamp Band, and more. Best of all, the event supports local veterans and first responders, so come enjoy great music while giving back to those who have served our communities.
And the first guest we have here is the Pasquishan School Superintendent, one of my good friends. And I also need to reminisce Pass Christian Public School District, which I know she reminds me of all the time. Dr. Carla Evers. Dr. Evers, this game, this Oyster Bowl, has been a rivalry that not only, myself that have been big behind it, sponsoring it, you have helped create it. You and I worked together to create this game. Give me a little bit of history about it.
Well, I think this is our ninth one this year. You came to me several years ago and talked about how this has been a long time rivalry, of course, between Pass Christian and Long Beach. And we thought it would be a great idea. It's just come together quite nicely. The teams have always been a rivalry with one another, but now that we have this trophy that they're all wanting to get, a beautiful trophy, and it's gold, so Pirates like gold. So I just think over the years it's just been growing in popularity. I think the children really take it seriously. They want that trophy. They've been working hard all summer to be prepared for this moment. So we're looking forward to kicking off our season with Long Beach, and I believe every year we kick off our season with Long Beach. They're usually the first game that we play. Then towards the end of the season, we'll see St. Stanislaus and Bay Waveland. So those are our across the bridge rivalries, but this is our crosstown rivalry. And so, like we said, we have a good relationship with Long Beach, and they with us.
I know you and Dr. Locke, especially outside of athletics, I know y'all have a very good relationship. Obviously, y'all throw things off of each other. You use the Votex Center at least a little bit. She uses things with you guys. Just kind of share with me about the discussion between you and Dr. Locke and how much that has helped at least develop.
Well, Dr. Locke and I go way back. We actually took some of our courses together when we were working on our doctorate. So we've known each other even before we both became superintendents. So that helps with the relationship. She and I work very closely together. We serve on the state superintendent's advisory council together. So we have an opportunity to be in each other's company often. And I always say iron sharpens iron. Long Beach is one of the highest performing school districts in the state. And then that actually makes us work harder, makes us want to be better, because we don't want the Bearcats to beat us. So she and I talk with each other. We bounce questions off each other. We have this little text go where we say question of the day. And we just work together to help each other. So I think that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely. Well, final question for you. And of course, this is no longer about the football game I'm talking about. This is about Pass Christian upcoming. I know that you guys have been working on developing a performing arts center. Talk to me about that, where we stand right now.
Yeah. So we have the Raise the Curtain campaign that has been, we started it last school year. We say in our school district that academics, athletics, and the arts can all exist, and we can be excellent in all three of those areas. So we're working really hard to raise money to build a performing arts center for our children. Our football team has a beautiful stadium to play in. The basketball team has a beautiful arena. We have amazing academic facilities. And so the very last thing that we haven't done since Hurricane Katrina is to replace our auditorium. We now have a show choir that's award winning.
Yeah.
Our band is rated highly when they take their state evaluations. We have brought back pirate theater. So we have a theater class, and we just actually made one of our classrooms a black box so that we could start doing some smaller productions. But our children use these opportunities in the arts to gain really good work-based skills, workforce development. They're learning how to do productions. Matter of fact, this summer, we had an all-team production of The Great Gatsby. It wasn't ours, but our children led that effort. They did a phenomenal job, and they need a place to present their talents and to learn workforce skills. They know how to do stage set, they do productions, sound engineering, and all of these things are workforce skills that they can take out into the world and gain good employment. So if you'd like to help us out on our Facebook page, we have a way for you to make
Sure you tell the audience that too.
donations. So you can donate to the Raise the Curtain campaign. We have something for everyone where you can make donations ranging from $250 to buy a brick all the way to $5 million. for the board to consider you for naming rights to the building. So if you want the facility named after you, the $5 million. If you want a brick in memory of someone, or if you were a past high graduate and you would like to have your name on a brick in the courtyard, $250 gets you a brick. So there's something for every price range to contribute to this effort for our children in our community. So thank you for that question.
Dr.
I
Evers,
appreciate it.
we thank you very much.
Yep.
Take care of yourself. Good luck on Friday night.
Go Pirates.
The Gazebo Gazette is Harrison County's only independent newspaper, publishing news from Gulfport to Bay St. Louis every Friday. Hi, this is Hunter Dawkins, owner of the Gazebo Gazette. If you're looking for local news without the hassle of sorting through story after digital story, log on to thegazebogazette.com.
Nine Toes Brewing Company is a Gulf Coast destination for craft beer, great food, and interactive entertainment. Enjoy a rotating selection of small batch brews, a menu of comfort food favorites, and state-of-the-art golf simulators featuring world-famous courses.
My good friend, Dr. Talia Locke, the Long Beach School District Superintendent. Dr. Locke, this game, the history of this game means a lot to you. And I know that you have been a big fan of this for quite a while. Just give me a little bit of your feelings about the game.
Oh, well, the feelings about the game. I am not the football expert. That was definitely my late husband, Jeff Locke. He was the big Bearcat fan.
Good man.
And I am just a fan of the Bearcats and our students and all the hard work they pour into our kids. I mean, the coaches have worked so hard and our kids have worked so hard. So I'm a huge fan of watching them do what they love, putting their passion on the field, putting their hearts out. And no matter what the scoreboard says, when they come off that field, knowing they tried their hardest, that's what I'm a fan of. And of course, like I said earlier, I just, I think so highly of Dr. Evers and her team and her students. And at the end of the day, it's about all of our students just honestly putting their best out there, learning a lot of good life lessons. They get a lot of those from our coaches. Again, they're raising great young men, and that's so important to me. But yes, the Oyster Bowl, I'm a huge fan just because I would like to take home the trophy. It does feel good to win.
Yeah.
And I know my husband's watching this game.
I remember a couple of years ago, y'all winning. That was so.
I know. That was a big deal. So I'll be out there rooting, and of course I'll be rooting for the Bearcats, but just really in general, I'm rooting for all of our kids, just having, just a healthy competition. And so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Great segue question for that. Dr. Evers was talking about her relationship with you, and she said, that had gone a while back ago. You guys both taking the graduate classes together, and that you guys feed off of each other quite the ideas, at least up to the state and all. Talking about the school district and where you guys are going from here now.
Oh, well, we're continuing to just roll up our sleeves and push forward. We've done a lot of great things, but it just doesn't stop there. I mean, our job is just to continue to make sure our students are successful on the field and off the field, of course. They're students first. And so we really pour our hearts into academics. We're here to teach our kids and teach them all the things, and then make sure they're safe, of course. So we're always looking at things safety wise and mental health wise. I mean, that's just been a big thing with our young people. Just knowing how to deal with conflicts and emotions. I mean, they're big for our students. And so anyway, we just continue to work really hard in all of those areas, academics and safety, all aspects of safety. And then of course, off the field, all the things too. But as far as where we go from here, we are continuing to push forward with all the mandates that the state has given us.
That's
with
right.
very, little to no funding or extra funding. And so I think we're doing a really good job of that. I know that we can always do better in a lot of areas. And so that's kind of what we're doing a lot of things right now.
Everybody on your watch. Out of the 3 years you've been here, 2 of those years, you guys have been #1 school district in the state.
That's right. It's right. Yes. And it's taken a lot of hard work from everyone. But I think the biggest thing for us is knowing that there is no weak link. Like, we all are part of the same system. And for the system to be excellent, we all have to be on the same page, rowing in the same direction. I think a lot of the things were that everybody was working hard, but what we were working hard at, like, we weren't really going in the same direction. So once we got on the same page with that and knew what the goal was and what our focus was, it came together, and we just have everybody on board working really hard, including our school board. I mean, they work hard with us. They put in the time and the effort to make sure, again, that we're, we have the same vision, the same mission for our students. And that we want them to be successful in all areas of life, not just in the academic world. Could be enrollment, enlistment, you know, all of the things, entrepreneurship, all of the things we want our kids when they walk out of the doors of Long Beach High School, that they are successful once they leave our school district. And so once we realize what that looks like, we just push forward and we just keep refining what we do every year. It's a lot of work.
Final question.
Yes, sir.
What should we expect from the Long Beach School District? There's always something new that pops up. Give me a little heads up, a little hint about what's going to happen
Okay.
this year.
Well, I know we're working on our strategic plan this year, so that'll be big, and that will tell us, you know, really where we want to go. We're going to get buy-in from the community, our parents, all stakeholders, and so we got to make sure we get their feedback to tie that into our strategic plan. And so we're working on that this year because we have just ended. We'll be ending our 5th year of our current strategic plan, and so we'll update that. And a big one that I really want to push this year, something that I want to push, is our just making sure our businesses and our community are bought into what we do and that we are being responsive to what they need. And so this year, I think in September, we're hosting a breakfast with our community business partners. They don't know it yet and you don't know it yet, but we are working on that currently to get an invite out. And I want to show them all the things that our students are doing and that we can help in partnership with our businesses, because y'all do so much for us. You sponsor things, you come and support us in things. And like when we do really well in state test scores, you guys bring us hamburger lunches. I mean, you guys are always our biggest cheerleaders. And it's one of those things that sometimes, I don't want to say we forget, but we just keep focusing on the school and our parents and our students so much that we'll forget about that piece. And so this year, that is really a big push for me, is to make sure that y'all know how valued you are to us, how valuable you are to us, and that we want to give back to in any way that we can. And so we'll have that breakfast sometime in September. I forgot the exact date. I think we were trying to get past our centennial game.
Yeah.
We have our big celebration of 100 years of Bearcat.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so that's a big one, September 4th. If anybody can come out to that game.
We're gonna have something big, at least in the paper for you guys. So
Oh, thank you. Well, we've worked really hard on that. We've got some really cool keepsakes. We've got some things for our fans if you want to purchase, or I don't know if everything's for purchase. There might be some giveaways too, I think. So we plan on celebrating big, and that's for 100 years of being a Bearcat, either football player, band member, cheerleader. And so if you haven't scanned, there is a QR code you can scan, and you can be, I think, part of the program if you're an alum of being a Bearcat, like I said, football player, cheerleader, or band member. And we have some little centennial commemorative gifts for those people who sign up. So it's really important to sign up. And but yeah, after we get to that day, yes, we do. We've got
I've got one, absolutely.
Foundation selling T-shirts. I think they're also going to be selling a raffle with an amazing watercolor painting from one of our artists, our local artists, and also one of our employees.
Want the audience to hear about that. That's
it is
stuff.
such a great drawing. When everybody sees it, like I wanted to buy it, but apparently they're going to raffle it off, and I was like, oh, I really just want to buy it. So I hope that they make copies of it that are going to be available for purchase. But it is Grace, and it's not Bennett. I believe it's Case. I still call Grace Bennett, but she is a local artist, and so she has drawn something for the foundation to raffle off. So there's going to be a lot of fun things that, you know, up for grabs. And again, it's really coming out, just being part of the legacy of the Bearcats, coming out on the field and supporting our kids currently, our current Bearcats, and paying tribute to our past Bearcats. So anyway, it's going to be a great night. But once we get past that is when we plan on having the breakfast.
Dr. Locke, we thank you very much for being here. Good luck Friday night.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it. Thank you again, Hunter, for hosting this. This is such a great day. It's a great day, great time to be a Bearcat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking for effortless style on the coast? Discover Coast Casual in the Pass, your locally owned men's and boys' boutique. Coast Casual offers a mix of coastal and southern-inspired clothing, accessories, and gifts.
We're here at the Rusty Pelican with our 9th annual celebration of the Oyster Bowl with past Christian head football coach Jeff Stockstill. Coach, you know, we saw a lot, at least we thought we saw a lot, but of course fans don't really know left and right and things like that. How much did y'all show last week in the scrimmage, at least before the season really started?
Well, there's I think hiding things are sort of a myth. You know, if you don't practice it, you're going to risk a chance of not being able to execute. So we don't hide things, pull no punches. If we want to be good at something, we're going to go ahead and try to get it into ball games, whether or not it shows up on film. You know, I felt like, make teams prepare for everything. You know, show them, I don't have no problem showing our hand or nothing like that, and making teams prepare for what's out there, and, you know, let the chips fall.
Yeah, you know, I noticed at least a lot of what I thought was a lot of passing last week. Of
Yeah.
course, I know y'all wanted to highlight Paris and, you know, and Mario and things of such. But I guess I thought a lot of that too was checking on your offensive line,
Right.
seeing where they were at, things of such. Defensively, y'all look pretty solid, minus 2 plays, and I think
Yeah.
you know which plays those are. Defensively, y'all look pretty solid. Is there some type of scheme y'all are working on?
Nothing particular. You change parts and move people around based on what you're going to get each week. And West Harrison's a good matchup. They're a physical football team. You know, classification matters. You know, they rolled in there with 90 something players, and we've got 52. So, you know, it's a good matchup. They're a physical team, and, you know, outside of a couple of plays, I thought we played really well. You know, offensively, you know, Paris is, you know, one of our top guys. So we're gonna put the ball in his hands and let him do what he does. Kind of spread the ball around, and, you know, there were some bright spots and there were some disappointments coming out of that scrimmage. So we're going to make some changes this week and, you know, kind of see what happens.
You know, Coach, too, as well, you spoke about this being a fabric of society and and something that I've heard from you a lot about this rivalry, high school football rivalry, and you have a good, solid relationship with Coach Finley. You guys have both coached out north of this area at least and been successful head coaches in those areas. Talk to me about what is it, you know, is it based on the team? Is it based on how do you prepare for these games?
Well, you know, a lot of,
I know that's a difficult question.
yeah, well, it's similar in all areas. You know, the people that are from an area are probably going to be in that area for, you know, the majority of their life, family. And, you know, in the South, football is going to get brought up, you know, so if you lose to your rival, you're going to have to live with that for a really long time. You know, you may forget what you did in your school days, or you may forget who your teachers were, but you won't forget what the scores were and who won or lost those rival football games. That's just a fact. And that goes across the entire South. And if you beat your rival, you have the satisfaction of knowing that if you're going to stay in that area, you're going to be around those people and you're going to hear about it for years. So, you know, if that offers a little more motivation, because it ain't about just Friday night. It's going to be about a number of years into the future, you know.
Final question for you, Coach. So, not necessarily, I know every coach is one game at a time, but in the overall season, do you think this game is really the head start of what could be for the season for you guys?
No, not really. I think, you know, teams you develop your team chemistry, and the same guys that started in the scrimmage won't start this week. And the same guy that start this week probably won't start 2 weeks from now. So it takes a few games to kind of get the right pieces in the right places. Sure. You know, and one of the problems we've had all preseason is hype and team chemistry and things like that. You know, last year we won a lot of games last year. Those kids got along real good. They practiced real good together. They played well together. And we just don't have that same chemistry this year. So it's probably going to show up. It's probably going to show up Friday. It's probably going to show up in another week or two. And until those guys get on the same page, you know, it may linger on into the season. So we've got some good players, and I think we can get them in right positions. But, you know, there's a lot more goes into it than just getting the ball to a certain kid or something like that.
Coach, we appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck Friday night.
Thank you.
Looking for trusted legal guidance on the Mississippi Gulf Coast? Joseph Kelly, attorney at law, has been serving the coast since 1993, helping families protect what matters most. From estate planning to securing your legacy, Joseph Kelly provides experienced, personalized legal services designed around your unique needs.
Treat yourself to something sweet at Pass Ice Cream Palace in beautiful downtown Pass Christian. Pass Ice Cream is serving up more than 65 flavors of premium Hershey's ice cream, along with refreshing boba tea, creamy milkshakes, dirty sodas, brownies, cookie sundaes, and delicious desserts the whole family will love.
We're here with Long Beach head coach, a really good man, at least a great history in Tennessee, which I wanted you to know, Coach, I think I've told you before, but I used to live in Tennessee in Knox County a couple of years ago too, but I also, way back a long time ago, interviewed in Cheatham County too as well. Yeah, with one of the ADs that was a former Twins pitcher. I can't remember the guy's name, but I think I told you about it. But of course, obviously, Coach Cody Finley, who has over 20 years of experience being a head coach in Tennessee, and then being here in Mississippi the last couple of years. Coach, is Coach Stockstill, the past head coach, talking about the fabric of society being a rivalry? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about this game, and where you think the schools are lining up?
Well, anytime you've got schools that are in such close proximity to one another, there's going to be a rivalry. A lot of these guys have played pee-wee football against each other. They play baseball against each other. Yeah. So anytime the kids know each other, that builds for a better rivalry. Obviously, like I told everybody earlier, I live in Pass Christian. So, I'm a resident there, but I teach in Long Beach, and I know there's several teachers that are like that, and vice versa. There's some Pass Christian teachers that live in Long Beach. So anyway, it just lends itself to be a really good rivalry. Our kids are excited. I know Pass is excited. You got bragging rights for 365 days. So it's a big deal to them. It's probably it's a bigger deal to the fans and the kids than it is to the coaches. Sure. Because you have to look at the season in its entirety. You don't want one game to make or break your season. So you kind of have to put it in perspective. But, we're kind of our mentality. We're going one at a time, one game at a time. I know it's cliche-ish, but still, that's kind of how you got to approach the season. So this is the biggest game we have this week.
Well, Coach, talk to me about at least a little bit of last week with the scrimmage. I know you don't base your whole season on what happened in the scrimmage, but from what I've heard and from what I remember seeing, at least, that you guys it was very successful, at least from where you've been. And talk to me about where you're going, at least, or what you're taking from that scrimmage last week.
I think the biggest thing was we played fairly clean. We only had one turnover, and that was by a guy that usually doesn't turn the football over.
And no penalties.
And no penalties. And no penalties. That's kind of how we're not good enough to overcome penalties and silly mistakes and stuff like that. We've got to play it close to the best to have a chance. And I've told those guys, we've got some talent, but last year we would jump off sides. Whatever we would do, we'd shoot ourselves in the foot. Sometimes we were our own worst enemy. And down here on the Gulf, where you're playing teams that have big time athletes, everybody we play has a 3-star or 4-star, and we don't. So we have to play smart. We have to play physical. We have to play tough, things that we can control. Because we're not going to show up probably any Friday night and out talent people.
Sure. Well, talk to me too about defensively. Y'all played against a incoming pretty solid quarterback from what I've heard, and y'all pretty much shut him down with Foxworth and with some of those other guys, at least defensively. Is that something y'all are going to try to be firm on?
We just we played kind of what we were doing. We've been practicing all year. We didn't know for sure anything about the quarterback.
No, either, yeah.
And he is a good football player, but we're going to see a lot of those guys.
Sure.
We've played against
Picayune,
and George County had the #1 quarterback in the nation a couple of years ago. Deuce Knight, yes, and so we're going to see guys like that. So we just got to go play. It's more about us than the other team.
Sure.
And I think sometimes you do too much. Trying to game plan and stuff like that. We just need to do what we do.
Sure.
And if it's good enough, it's good enough. If it's not, it's not. But my thing is if they play hard. And even last year, we were not very, we won one game last year, but I never felt at any point in time my kids quit on me. And, that's something to build on. I expect these guys to play hard. Winning and losing is yet to be seen. You never know. A break here, a break there. But we can control if we play hard.
You spoke about the senior class. This is the last question for you, Coach. You spoke about the senior class. What's this mean to you with these guys?
These guys, they love each other. They're close knit. There's nothing more than I would like for them to have a successful season. Like I said earlier, they're one of the reasons why I took the job at Long Beach. I knew they were, a year away, last year with that group. I had a great group last year. But these are the guys that they kind of have my personality a little bit.
Sure.
They don't talk a lot. They show up. I don't have to worry about them showing up for practice. They're always there. They're tough guys. So I just like them. As long as you enjoy being around the kids, it makes the season a lot better, whether you're losing or winning or whatever it may be. Even last year, I can honestly say this, we go 1-9, and not one time did I ever come to practice and somebody have a bad attitude or somebody act like they were feeling sorry for themselves or whatever. So we're just, we'll see how it shakes out. I don't know. I've never known. I've had good teams, bad teams, in between teams, and I never know what the season is going to bring. You just got to play it.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck and we appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Take care.
If you are thinking about selling on your own, maybe ask Steph. If you would like to talk to Stephanie to help determine your next steps, call today at 228-563-0471 or call her at the office and ask for Steph at 228-452-4242.
United States Marine Inc. knows what it means to show up strong. Your grit and teamwork inspire us every day. At USMI, we cherish our family, and our family includes community and you. USMI builds the baddest boats with pride and coastal toughness.
Jeff, we had a great show here today.
Boy, it was something.
There was some predictions made, and I'll tell you right now, the prediction was between the two aldermen, Ward 3 alderman for Pass Christian, Kirk Kimball, and alderman at large from Long Beach, Donald Fraser. The winner will be able to wear the other one's jersey at the next Board of Aldermen meeting. So that's some intensity, especially since Donald had to wear one a few years ago. They got him the shortest jersey there was available.
And I love it. It didn't even have to be a clean jersey. Like that wasn't even in the conversation. What about our friend Matt Stats at Coast Football? I know he made a prediction. Can you share that with us?
Make a prediction, and I'm going to look right here really quick for you. But I'm pretty sure what he made, because he's been big around Paris's season. And at the end of the day, Matt Stats said it's going to be a lot more competitive football game.
I don't doubt that.
However, he believes Pass Christian simply has too much offensive firepower. The Bearcats should have their opportunities at home, but Stats, man, expects Trevilian and the Pirates to eventually take control and bring the Oyster Bowl back to Pass Christian. Matt Stats prediction, Pass Christian 35, Long Beach 17.
I don't disagree with that. Once Paris Trevilian gets going, I've seen that kid run a 70-yard touchdown last year, like on a quarterback, like just keeping the ball. I expect Long Beach to be competitive. I don't know, 35-17. It could be a lot closer than that. Essentially, I think it goes back to Pass Christian. We keep the Oyster Bowl, Gazebo Gazette Oyster Bowl trophy in the past, but I think it could be a closer game.
I think it's going to be a close game, like you said, not only with Harris and being able to have his firepower, Mario Burks, who, Jeff, I'm telling you, when you see Mario, you're going to say, geez, this kid is a Pass Christian. Who produced this kid?
Right.
I mean, a big old target. But also you got to remember too, last week, as Coach Finley and I were talking about Foxworth, a bunch of these other defensive players, Aiden Downey, they really came out and they played hard against a really good, solid quarterback from Stanislaus and ended up winning the scrimmage game. You can't base the scrimmage on what's going to happen during the season, but, we can go forward from there.
I predict Coach Finley's defense to stack that box, to go after Trevelyan often, early and often, but and they're going to put some pressure on him, and he's going to feel it, and it's going to be uncomfortable for him for a while. He's playing in a hostile territory, not hostile, but just this is a heated rivalry. It's the Long Beach. It's a home game for Long Beach. They're going to stack the box. They're going to put the pressure on the quarterback, but once he gets going and finds his footing,
Jeff, certainly am with you on that. And we look forward to hearing from you on the game because we know you're going to be at the game.
Absolutely.
Taking some notes and sending me some stuff, and we'll have some pictures flowing in, and we're definitely looking forward to it. And this is it. This is our year one, the Oyster Bowl trip.
We have our week one high school football show. Next week, we will be into season 2 of the show.
Right.
Crazy.
That's right.
Episode 1 of season 2.
That's right. Well, Jeff, of course, we got to end with our sponsors too as well. As we talk about, the Beau Rivage Resort and Casino in Biloxi, Nine Toes Brewing Company in Pass Christian. We have Dwyer Realty Agent Stephanie Makewitz. We have Joseph Kelly, attorney at law. We have the Insurance Barn in Gulfport. We have the Hook 'em for Heroes party, block party coming up pretty soon. I think you're going to be headed to that September the 12th.
Yeah.
Nine Toes Brewing Company.
Bay-Rats are going to
There
participate
you
in.
go. That's awesome. That's awesome. And then we have what we were in the other day with Past Ice Cream Palace. Great scene, great place to be able to go to and just enjoy. And we're always in the U.S. Marine Inc. studio.
Especially during football season.
Absolutely. Big time special. Once again, you can follow us, Jeff, on every podcast that's out there too as well. This episode will be shown pretty soon here on the YouTube Gazebo Gazette Productions, and also on the the nationally award-winning website, the gazebogazette.com. And as well, we look forward to reaching out with everybody on Facebook. We have on Twitter, Gazebo Gazette is the handle. And my name's Hunter Dawkins. I'm the host of the award-winning, the HD Experience with my good producer here, good friend Jeff Clark. And have a great day with you guys. And we'll always catch you on the flip side.